stitchers, and welcome back. My name is Hayley here at the Stitching Cabin, and I'd like to say a big warm welcome to you all. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. And the reason I'm quite late in filming this month is, you might be able to hear it in my voice, I actually caught COVID about 3 weeks ago. So I have been feeling super rough with that. So it has affected my stitching a little bit. It's going to be nice to share what I've done in October. So in this video we will recap my October stitching, what I accomplished, whether I met my goals or not, and then we'll have a little think about like November plans as well. We have got my 5 whips to show you today, as well as 1 new start, and I might talk a little bit about my rotation as well. Also, I've got another couple of quite fun things to show you to do with books and catalogues. So let's get started on the whips. So the first project I worked on in October was the Dimensions Gold Collection kit. This is Aurora Cabin, and this is my oldest whip. I started this in December 2017, and it's an absolutely gorgeous kit. I do like the Dimensions Gold kits. It's beautiful. So this is where it was the last time you saw it. Now then, I stitched just over 1,400 stitches on this piece. So let's zoom in first. So what I've done in October, I was up here when you last saw it in September. I had just stitched the little, I don't know if it's little bridge or little fence, I think, over the river there. And then I came down and filled in all of these. It was about 2 blocks high, about 200 stitches high, and I filled in all of this. And then we've sort of discovered the snowy rock, the start of this snowy rock here. I then had a little, I don't know why I decided to throw in some of these colours. I think I thought I was going to colour complete. I don't think I am now. So this is the reflection of the cabin. So this has reached 42,477 stitches out of a possible about 48,000. That's what Pattern Keeper says. Pattern Keeper says it's 48,000. I think it's actually nearer 50,000 just because of the way Pattern Keeper calculates it. I don't think it's quite right with the because I had to sort of scan in the PDF. It's not a proper Pattern Keeper compatible one. However, we'll go with Pattern Keeper. So this means that we have now reached 88.5% complete, and it's gorgeous. Look at that. It is beautiful. I absolutely love it. I would really love this done by the end of the year, or maybe January, February time, and then I can display it. But yeah, love this one. Right, next up is Castle View by Heaven and Earth Designs. Artwork by Alexandra Gavrilova. That's what it will look like when we finish it. And this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And I'm stitching this on 25 count magic guide, 1/1 full cross. So the last time you saw it, I was working my way along the top rows, and this is how we've got now. It's getting hard to show you. So quite exciting, because on this rotation I hit the far end of the design. So this is the width of the design. And it fits on the fabric. Phew. It's always a relief. So let's just zoom in and have a little look. So I did just over 2,000 stitches. It's 2,041 stitches. And before, kind of, it's hard to show you. There we go. So I think before I was around about here, something like that. And then we worked along in all different shades of blue. Like, it looks just blue, but there's about 20 million blues in there, especially in that little end bit here. And so that means that we've reached 24,500 stitches out of a possible 286,200. So this is now at 8.5% complete. You can see if I got impatient and just started on that castle. But in this bit here, it's really exciting because we have hit the ivy. So on the actual piece there, you can see, sorry, there we go. There's all this ivy and this sort of climbing rose that comes up, and then there's going to be like a columns here, and then the sort of trailing climbing roses comes up. So it was really nice to hit some leaves there. So loving this one. Yeah, this is just lovely, and it's stitched on 25 count, as I said, and we're getting there. So I think next month, oh yeah, so that's what I did. So not only did I hit, because I was thinking must have done more than that because I stitched over 2,000 stitches. So we hit the end of the piece, so we hit that corner, and then I still had time on my rotation, so I came back here. That's right, I can see on my little zone, and I filled out maybe 300 stitches on here. So I just started continuing that like archway along. So loving that. And I can't wait to get back on to doing that, and then hopefully we will do some of the row across a bit more. Next we have got Autumn Is by Durene Jones. This is what it will look like when it's finally finished. Absolutely love these are fabulous. I've got the set of 4, spring, summer, autumn and winter, and I actually count them as one project. So at the moment I'm stitching on autumn because it's seasonally appropriate, and this is what it looked like the last time you saw it, and this is what it looks like now. So I was really pleased with the progress that we got done in October. This is designed by Durene Jones, and I'm stitching this on 32 count Belfast linen in antique white. Love the linen, it's just perfect for this piece, I think. And I managed 1,575 stitches. So that meant that I managed to finish these wellies here. I had run out of one of the green colours, so I was able to purchase that, and I filled in these wellies, which was my goal. I obviously wanted to do that in October. Yeah, I wasn't sure at that point whether I was going to come across the bottom or go up to the top and do the sock. Well, I managed to get up. I completed the sock motif. It's so cute. And then I still had time on the rotation because I really got cracking on this one. I was just enjoying it so much. So I was stitching on it quite a bit. And then I managed to do these like berries here, which I didn't expect to get done. My goal for October was just to finish the wellies and then do one more motif. I've actually completed 2 quite big motifs, and then also I've added the 4, is it 4? Yeah, the 4 little leaves. And then in addition to that, and this is what got me so much progress, I completed that big centre motif. So last month, when you last saw it, I had not completed, I think I was down here somewhere. So I just went backwards and forwards doing the cream, eating my vegetables, as Lauren at Flossability says. I was just doing the boring kind of yellowy cream colour. A few times I would break it up, so because I'm not as good as Lauren, and I would do a thread in the sort of creamy yellow colour, and then I would do a thread in a motif and then come backwards and forwards like that. And then I even managed to get it all backstitched, which is fab because it really brings it out in this design. So I was really pleased with that. The only thing I struggle with is the this backstitch lettering, just because it's 1/1 and it's just quite tricky to do. So when you're designing cross stitch, you have a few different options with your backstitch. You can stick to the 4 main holes when you're designing, which is quite easy for the stitcher. And a lot of designs stick to the 4 main sort of corners. Or you can go to make your one square of Aida into 9 holes, which is better if you're stitching on even weave then. And it's a little bit more tricky, but then you do get that more like finer detail. So it's up to the designer what they do. And this is stitched using all of the 9 holes. So it slows you down as a stitcher, but it looks incredible. This is one of my favourite pieces to work on at the moment. I am super loving it. I can't wait to get to the winter one as well. To continue working on that in December. So I'll work on this again here in November, get as much as I can done, and then I think I will switch to the winter one for December, January and February. And so because we did 1,575 stitches, that means we've got a total of 4,134 stitches out of a possible 6,454. That means that we have reached 64%, which is marvellous. So 64%. In November, I would definitely like to get to at least 75% complete. So that is that one. Love it. Right, next up is my 4th whip, which is Castle Wolves. This is by Heaven and Earth Designs, and it's charted by Patrik Krasny. This is a huge piece. It is over 300,000 stitches, so we have quite a way to go. The way that my rotation worked, I was going to end up filming today, and I've already started working on it for November. So I have taken a photo. So this is what how you saw it last time. So you can see here that I had almost reached the bottom of that page. Well, in October, I'm pleased to say that I finished the bottom of page 2, which was really good. So I completed page 2, which was nice to get done. And then I started coming across on page 3. So I did a total of 1,352 stitches, which means we've reached a grand total of 3.7% on this ginormous piece. So there is quite some way to go. You can see in the corner there of the photo that I had a little go at stitching 2/1 full cross on the 25 count. Even weave, and I just wanted to try it. I just thought, well, I'll just give it a go and try it and see what it looks like. So I had fun just having a go at that. It was quite bulky, and I did struggle to get my needle through because there is a lot of confetti in this design. So every stitch is hard won in this design, I will say. It's very slow going. So anyway, I had a go at doing the 2/1. I don't know why I did it in the actual piece. I should have done it on the edge of the piece because, spoiler alert, in November I've now had to unpick that 2/1 because obviously I'm not converting the whole piece to 2/1. I think it would show if, I don't know what I was thinking really stitching it there, because if it was just a trial then I would have to unpick it because I was just testing it out, and even if I did really love it, I think I couldn't have just like switched, because it would have gone from quite fine to quite like more stronger colours and a little bit thicker and more bulky, and you would have been able to notice either way. So anyway, I've been unpicking that, which wasn't cool. I don't know what I was thinking. So that's the progress we made on Castle Wolves. So it's slow and steady. You can see I'm still I'm in the branches, but here, if I just show you, so I am up here in these branches here, and I'm working on this. I think the end of the page is about here. But if I continue along the top little row of sort of 200 stitches, I will soon hit the sky, and then I'll be above the castle, and that will be quite nice to hit the moon and the sky. And I am considering going along the top of the entire piece again, and then just working in sort of 200 blocks, sort of stitch high blocks, rather than completing the next page. I'll let you know what I decide. And then my final whip is Pink Poppies, charted by Heaven and Earth Design, artwork by Joe Lynch. And I regret to say that I did not work on this piece in October, partly because of COVID, and also partly to do with my new rotation, which I will talk about in a second. I say new, I've gone back to an old rotation. More details in a moment. Next up though, we've got my little new start, and this is my travel stitching. So with my travel stitching, I try and only have one piece. I have one little project that is designated as my travel stitching piece. And if I go out to appointments, or I'm waiting somewhere, or in this case we went on holiday right at the beginning of the month, and so I took that with me to work on. What it should be is the little girl, the little dress up girl that I've been doing. However, she needs interfacing and ironing and iron to stick on the little fabric pieces, and so it wasn't appropriate to take that with me on holiday. I needed something I could sit and stitch. So the next kit I picked, because I have a few of the little mini kits, the ones that come free with magazines, was this one. So this is Hedgehog. She is a pincushion kit, and this was in the Cross Stitcher May 2015 magazine, and you get everything that you need to complete her. And so because we were away for the week, I made really good progress. So this is a week's progress. There is 2 sides of the hedgehog to stitch, and then you do some kind of finishing magic and try and sew them together so you've got a little pincushion. So this is one side, and there's not many colours in it, but it's really quite fun. These brown swirls were, I had to make sure I counted right, and the little flowers. So I finished that side. That only took maybe 3 evenings, something like that. And then I started on the second side, so you can see here. they're going to be like that. And the only thing I will say is they are not generous with the margins on this piece. So I started too far over and I was going to run out of room. I started this way up, so you can see I've stitched the flowers there. Realised I was going to run out of room, but because I was on holiday as well, I was quite limited in with what I had to unpick it. So I've just left it in, flipped it over and continued stitching. And so I think I thought I'd finished it, but actually I don't know that I have. Have I finished the stitching? I think I might have finished the actual stitching though, and I've now just got the back stitch to complete on this one and then unpick that little boo-boo up there. So I've not got much left to do on this one. So we'll see if I get anything done on this piece in November. It'd be nice to think I could do the back stitch and unpick, and then I'm ready to try and FFO it. So that's really fun. So that was from the May 2015 Cross Stitcher magazine. Yeah, and it comes with like some green felt. I think that's maybe for underneath the hedgehog. And then some rather fun but slightly lethal looking pins. So yeah, it comes with these little leaf shaped pins, which is quite nice. Okay, and then the last thing I've got to talk about today are some catalogues. So I was watching Carolyn Mazio, I think it's Carolyn Sullivan now, isn't she? The Flosstube stitcher. And she mentioned that you can get the Bothy threads catalogue. And she showed it and I thought, oh, I wonder if I can get one. So if you go on their website, you can ask for a physical copy of the catalogue. And it's lovely, it's so nice. So I just went on and asked. I think I'm already signed up for their email newsletter. You had to sort of poke around on the website and then find where to request a printed catalogue. So it comes with the price list and then also with the sort of seasonal collections for the year. And do you know what? I had such a lovely time looking through these. It's such good quality. So the seasonal one is just, I think, their newest releases. It's fantastic. And so with the Bothy Threads main catalogue, it is lovely quality and it honestly felt like flipping through a magazine. It didn't feel like a catalogue. I had such a lovely time with my COVID looking through this magazine. I'd have had a nicer time if I hadn't had the COVID. But so, for example, I'll just show you some of the ones that I really like. This, I've wanted to stitch these for quite a long time. Seasons in Time by Amanda Loverseed. All kits that you can buy. I was between these and the Durene Jones set that I've started. In the end, I went for my Durene Jones set, but I would love to stitch these at some point. And then, I mean, you know what Bothy threads are like, they're absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely loved this one as well, and I've not seen that one before. Wildflower Memories, and it's like a special release because it's the 100th kit in the Rendale Designs. And I thought that was really lovely, and they donate to charity for every one they sell. And just the quality of this was lovely. They've got all the Rendale Designs ones, obviously. I like the spaniel. I love the little mouse and the toadstools. It's quite a nice spring design there because you don't see as many spring designs. That's quite pretty. And then the one that I really would love to do, it's got all of them. I do like the robins at the top there. I do love those robins. but I saw this one. I thought that would be so nice for like next autumn or something. So I can highly recommend that. So thank you very much to Carolyn, Flosstube Stitcher, for showing this, and because I would never have thought to go and ask otherwise. So I've got those. And then the final thing is another little catalogue. It's the Search Press catalogue. So in the past I've ordered from the Search Press website. They publish a lot of arts and crafts books. So they do a lot of quite different books. They do general crafts, everything from watercolours and acrylics, and books on textiles, embroidery, knitting, crochet, everything. And because I've ordered from them before, I think they now send me this little catalogue. And I thought I'd just show you some of the things inside. For example, this one. This book on daydream journals, and it's how to journal using embroidery stitches and yeah, just how to make like a little, almost like a bullet journal but with embroidery, and I thought that looked really quite fun. Oh, they got macrame. I can't do macrame. But this one as well, so this kind of thing, forage and stitch. So it's a book on how to incorporate naturally foraged materials into your textiles, which I thought sounded really fun. So again, that's another book that looks quite good. So I'm not sure whether you forage and then use the things for dyeing, or whether you get the twigs and the grasses and you use those for embroidery. But again, I thought that looked really fun. And they've got some, yeah, they've got all sorts like quilting, knitting. So again, that's a really lovely little catalogue to order and have a look through if you fancy some new books, some new reading material. So I think that's everything we've got for today. I'm going to go now before my voice packs in. It was so lovely seeing you all again, and I hope you're all keeping safe and well. I would love to know, have you been into the autumn stitching? Because I've definitely been on a real autumn kick. Absolutely love stitching on my little autumn piece, and just the whole autumn vibes I have been absolutely loving this year. However, we are coming up to December, and December is the start of winter here in the Northern Hemisphere, and winter stitching is my absolute favourite. So I'm really looking forward to stitching on some wintry pieces. And I'd just like to say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next month.